Hey everybody, welcome back to My Wings of Refuge. I'm so excited today because today we're going to talk about Holz Hausens. One of my favorite things here on the farm is to build these Holz Hausens out of firewood. When so many people come to this farm, one of the things they always say is, wow, as they're driving down our driveway, which you cannot see this from the road at all. This is up actually a little bit closer to our house, between the barn and the house. But we have a Holz Hausen village. And so it is just Holz Hausen after Holz Hausen after Holz Hausen. So each one of these is how we stack our firewood for the winter. Or actually for several winters, because each Holz Hausen that you see here will hold about 4 cords of wood, and so it holds a lot. And each one of these will do us for the winter. And so usually in the springtime or early summer, we take down one of these and move it all into our garage to finish just curing and drying out if there's any left drying out to do, so that it'll be ready to burn in the winter time. And then as we cut down more bad trees, crooked trees, downed trees, anything of that nature, or as we did this year, we cut down a few trees just so we could make our garden a little bit bigger, and because what garden I did have wasn't getting enough sun. And so this year our garden has done fantastic, and we were able to harvest the wood to burn in the future. So as we look through our Holz Hausen village, we can count how many years worth of firewood we actually have. So today we're going to build a Holz Hausen so you can see exactly what it is, how to build it, and hopefully how it works. So we've got a lot of wood up here ready to prepare for firewood for the winter, and we're going to turn it all into these beautiful Holz Hausens. Let's rock. as you see, we'll start off with building a circle, and you want that circle to be 10 feet around. So that middle point is at your 5-foot point. It's easier for me if I put in a stake and I kind of draw out my circle either with a marker or just line out your wood to start. And I like those first pieces to be flat because that way there's no rolling or moving. Okay, so I've laid down my plastic here. I'm going to use this as a barrier because in the past we've used pallets, wooden pallets, and the wood over time can deteriorate. You can still use those, but I'm going to try using plastic this time. I have this extra plastic left over from rolling our bales of hay, and so I'm going to try it and see what happens this time. So I want my Holz Hausen to be 10 foot in a circle. And so this is my halfway point, and I've got a 5-foot string, so I'm going to make a circle just to show the outline of where the Holz Hausen will be. So here we're going to make sure that your wood pieces are flat as you build your ring around the bottom.
Another day to work. Hard work, that's what they say. Hard work, I earn my pay. Move on now. Got to go, make the call.
After I do that, I start lining up my wood, and basically you're building a wall on the outside. And you want those boards, each one of those logs, to tilt in slightly. Okay, so now we're ready to start building. So what we're going to do is lay these flat side down all the way around. If you get a crazy piece, like this one that's not really wanting to come apart, you can just put all of that in the middle, because next winter when you're ready for it, it's just going to be dry and it'll snap and come right apart for you. But this part here with the big lump, again, just toss those in the middle because those will be okay later, and that's what we're going to do later is fill the middle anyway. But right now we're going to build the outside edges.
Hard work, banging on the doors in the morning. Hard work, get up and let's go to work. Hard work, you pack up the shoes. Hard work, you move them up. Hard work, the manifest. Hard work, you gotta do it right. Hard work, and here we go. With the sun, I'm ready to rock. Hard work, I'm earning my pay. Hard work, that's what they say. Hard work, we can win on out. We gotta go and do the job. Load them up on the airplane. In the early morning rain. Hard work, that's what they say. Hard work, let me hear. Hard work, turn it up. Hard work, fired up. Everybody on the plane. Sit them on down.
Building these in a circle and tilting them in, the centrifugal force actually helps hold it all together. And so you're going to pile the inside of it with all of your other firewood. Some people like to put in the larger ones, some people like to put in the smaller ones. I like to save the ones with the pretty bark on them for last for the roof. So by the time you build this, it's constantly letting in air to keep your wood or to help your wood to dry out, even if it rains. But that's why you want to build a good roof. So here you can see I've got the walls just built up so high, and I went ahead and started filling in the center, because by filling in the center it'll help it not to cave in on you and help support those walls. And so as I get caught up in the middle, I'll start more again on the outside here and keep going to my desired height. So now here you will see exactly what I was able to get done in one day yesterday. It was a lot of work, but quite a bit accomplished at the same time. So today I'm hoping to finish this. That is my goal, but I wanted to explain something here. So when you're building this outer wall, make sure that each one of these logs here are somewhat pointing in. And it's everything that you're filling in the middle will help keep it from falling in. And so you want it to lean in a little bit. If you're building and you notice it's starting to level out and it's not leaning in, then you'll want to add a little board or a little piece of log like this, and then continue on so that it gives you that slope that you need. And then just keep on going. And then when we get as tall as we want to get it, you don't want to go too tall. You can go as high as you want. In the past, we've gone so high that we had to use ladders and build to get to the roof. But I don't want to have to climb a ladder. And so I'm only going to build so high, and then I'm going to do the roof so I don't have to use a ladder. You can do it any way you want. But this holds a lot of wood. So day 2, let's get started. Now keep in mind that as this wood dries out, your wood will shift a little bit. So that's the importance too of making sure the outside wall here is slightly angled, because as it shifts, it leans in, not out. And so there are some things you can do if you're worried, because a lot of our land here is not level, but there are some ways to lay some cross tree limbs or logs that will reach from one side all the way to the other, which you would need them to be about 10 foot long. And so that will help sometimes to sturdy it up a little bit to keep it from falling. In all of our years of building Holz Hausens, which has been quite a while, we've only had one to fall. It was one of the first ones we built, and it was on a slope. And also it's one when you try to eyeball your circle here to get started. Anytime you're eyeballing it and it gets a little lopsided at all, it can encourage it to collapse. So I encourage you to make sure you're building a perfect circle. I have put a log here. It actually just happened to be the right length. And so anytime you're on a sloping ground, or you're worried that it's not going to be perfectly straight, because if you're on a sloping ground, no matter what you do, there's a chance that this could fall on you. I'm not really worried about this one, but I wanted to show you this because we have built them on sloping ground before, and it is good to use cross bars, so to speak. And so what I'll do is, as I get this a little bit more built up and level with the other side, I will actually add another one going across, so that when you pile on top of that, it will give you more stability. And so that is something that you can do, especially if you're on a sloping ground or worried about it caving in on you. I'm not really worried about this one, but it doesn't hurt to have that extra added benefit. So here we go.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work, work. That's what you say. Hard work, work, work. Earn more pay. Hard work, work. Hard work, do it every day. Hard work, work. Get up out of corner to free. Hard work, work. Go and earn more pay. Hard work, work.
And the roof will be full of bark. You can see here we use a lot of the smaller pieces. A lot of people like to use the smaller ones, or those cut in half, so that your bark is on top, and the water, when it rains, will basically just kind of slide off. It doesn't really go inside real well, and so that's what you want. So we're just ready now just to finish filling up the middle until we get it peaked.
Hard work, work. Another day to work. Hard work, work. Hard work. That's what they say. on out. Hard work, got to go make the call. Hard work, banging on the doors in the morning. Hard work, get up and let's go to work. Hard work, hard work. You pack up the shoes. Hard work, hard work. You look
Let's go to work.
son, I'm ready to rock. Hard work, hard work. I'm earning my pay. Hard work, hard
This girl is hot.
work. That's what they say. Hard work, hard work. We can win on out. Hard work, we gotta go and do the job. Hard work, load 'em up on the airplane. Hard work,
So here you have our end product, and you'll see how I built mine.
hard work, hard work. That's what they say. Hard work, hard work.
We built our roof here with our bark up, and you'll see mine might not be quite as tall. This one probably holds about 3 to 4 cords of wood because I'm a little shorter and I don't have a good strength to throw those up there so high, and so I tend not to go quite as high with mine, and so you can build them any way you want.
Let me hear. Hard work, hard work. Turn it up. Hard work, hard work. Fire up. Hard work, everybody on the plane.
So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're ready to go out there and build some Holz Hausen. Hey, it's great exercise, and who doesn't need exercise these days after this pandemic? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget, please subscribe. You just never know what's going to happen right here on the Dykstra Homestead. Y'all have a great day, a great week, and don't forget, be safe out there. Till next time.
Hard work, work. Sit 'em on down. Hard